Welcome aboard our Battleships podcast. This is a podcast analyzing anime relationships, whether they be canon or one the fans enjoy. Please be aware that our battleships are equipped with state-of-the-art weapons designed to leave no ships behind. If there is a ship that you hold dear to your heart, there's a possibility we don't. We are not aiming our cannons at you personally and mean no harm by sharing our opinions with you. We are simply anime fans talking about ships we either love or hate. This is not an informative podcast, so don't take anything we say as gospel. Keep in mind, our sails are painted in the blood of many spoils of war, displaying everything beginning to end. If you haven't seen the anime, we will reveal many of the exciting details to you, so you have been alerted. Again, this is your spoiler warning. Thank you for listening. I will now hand the wheel over to our captains.
Welcome to Battleships, Shipped or Sunk. We're anime fans discussing anime ships that we either love or hate and come to a final decision. Do we ship the pairing or do we sink it with our cannons? My name is Juno, and I wish I had been the one to ride a horse with Prince Izana, not Shirayuki. So jelly.
Me too. Same boat, Juno. Same boat. Well, my name's Kaylee. I'm the asexual who somehow came up with this romance podcast. Still a little bit lost here, guys, especially after watching this one.
Hi, I'm Zephra, and Obi, fuck me.
Oh, what the hell?
Oh, how am I not surprised that Obi is your favorite?
Come on, those eyes.
I should have known.
Hello, little hordelings. I'm Roman. I am the other ace who's been kidnapped for this podcast.
So she says she came here on her own free will.
Yeah.
You shut your face.
She came so that I wouldn't feel so lonely over here with two bisexuals. And
You gotta balance out bisexuals with an equal amount of aces.
yep, we got each other. We got it.
We will be starting off our episode with our roll for ship. This is a list of romance questions that we carefully came up with. We will be rolling a D100 to determine the question we answer before we talk about today's couple. Let's roll it. Ooh, this one's going to be interesting.
What's
What did
the
you
number?
roll? What did you roll?
11.
Oh, okay.
So, what is an anime couple you don't ship despite them being canon?
Oh, dear.
Let's see. There's this one and this one and this one. Oh, wait.
That's basically the premise of this whole podcast.
Little.
I say let's do one that we haven't covered.
I got two in mind already. There's more, obviously, but just sticking to the two.
Okay, I have one. I'm terrified to mention it, though.
Everybody's got their answers?
I guess.
Haley is afraid.
I'm terrified.
So should she go first?
Oh, God.
Or do you want to go last and hold on to it?
So, Kaylee, what is an anime couple you don't ship despite them being canon?
So, the show has some very interesting points, but I hate this show at the same time. It is BEASTSTARS.
Oh,
and-
oh, hell. Yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly.
And I think everybody here who has ever heard or seen it knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Because I am not opposed to animalistic people, okay? I am opposed to a wolf fucking a bunny. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's all I'm going to say. I will never touch that anime with a 20-foot pole, so do not ask us to cover it. I refuse. I will walk out the room.
Man, when they first met, she assumed he was there to fuck her.
Yep. Oh, eater.
Well, in the dark, it was Eater. But then when they met again in the, some shed,
Yeah, no, it's got interesting dynamics in it that I think should be explored if they were all fucking human and not animals.
It's a
That's my. I think I would have enjoyed the story a hell of a lot more.
it's a dark Zootopia.
Yeah.
Very dark Zootopia.
It is a rated R version of Zootopia.
Yep. So I don't really care to talk about this anime anymore. So please, somebody else answer the question.
Please and thank you.
Okay.
Cringing in horror over here.
My Hero Academia. Endeavor and his wife.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Paying for a bride just to spousally abuse them to get kids that you want and are forcing upon them whores that they should not be having is the
Well,
ultimate of red flags.
He's just trying to make the perfect quirk.
He's trying to make the perfect soldier to outlast his idol, which is bullshit.
Yeah. He doesn't care about the people themselves.
He doesn't care about the kids. He doesn't care about his wife. All he cares about is the win.
That's
Since he
horrifying,
knows
too.
he cannot become the number one, he is trying to make a child who has the perfect quirk that can beat the number one and be his legacy and live vicarious through them.
Yep.
Horrible. Just horrible.
Yep.
Nope.
Disgusting. Get out.
All right, so an anime couple I don't ship despite them being canon is Bon and Elaine from Seven Deadly Sins.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's another one.
It makes no damn sense.
It doesn't at all to me. And to me, it feels so inappropriate with Elaine looking so young. Like she's a child when they meet and continues to look like a child when they reunite later. And it makes me cringe.
Major ick.
I love Bon, but he doesn't need her.
I think if she didn't look like a child, I would be perfectly fine with it.
That would have made it better. So
Uh-huh.
much
Oh, yeah.
better. Because it's sick to be attracted to a child looking.
Meh.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is one that Juno would also agree with, and that is Shishomaru and Ren
That was my
Yeah.
second.
Yeah. From
from Inuyasha.
yeah.
Well, it's Yashahime.
Well, Yashahime
Yeah,
more
Specifically,
yeah.
Yashahime, yes. Honestly, I don't think Yashahime needed to be a thing.
Yeah, no.
It did not. And it comforts me so much that the original author of Inuyasha was not the one who wrote it.
That's good.
And apparently I heard from like an interview that the author did not intend for Shishomaru and Rin to be a couple.
No, the way I see their relationship is just guard dog protecting his kid.
It's father-daughter relationship.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it grosses me out that they made them canon in a different story. Yeah. Because I did hear she actually said that Shishomaru would be more attracted to a woman, actually, that is more reserved and all that kind of stuff. Actually, like Kikyo.
Oh,
Which
absolutely.
made so much more sense to me. Or why not Kagura? Why not Kagura?
Absolutely.
I honestly thought it would have been, if he was in a relationship, it would have been with Kagura.
I know. And then
But
they wrote it as Rin. At least it is not canon, and we can all be content with that fact that the original author did not write Shishomaru.
if the original author did not write it, it's not canon.
Yep. Now, our fellow shippers, it's time to talk about our couple, Zen and Shirayuki from Snow White with the red hair. But well, let's talk about their looks. I am so envious of Shirayuki's pretty red hair. It's so pretty.
I think it's cute. And I love the fact that she decides to cut it. And she ends up keeping it shorter too.
Same. I love how they describe it. Red as an apple. And then she has green eyes. I don't know. That just
Contrasts very nicely.
really, really nicely. Because then you think about a plump, juicy apple that looks so good to eat with a cute little leaf. Perfectly green. I don't know. That's just Shirayuki color scheme.
Well, that one kid, her mentor,
Ryu,
he referenced her to a beautiful flower.
He did.
Yeah.
A beautiful red flower.
And then Zen with his white hair and his blue eyes. I don't know. I just think those colors together, like red and white and then blue and green, they just pop against each other.
The contrast. Yep.
Because to me, Zen is like a pretty like blue sky with a couple pretty white clouds up in the sky. And then you see the apple tree at the top. Just, whoo!
I like that analogy because normally when you see a character with white hair and blue eyes, your first thought is icy. And I love that Zen doesn't give off that energy because we've seen quite a few characters and we'll see a lot more that have a better icy look to them than Zen does.
Because he has energy. Like when we first meet him, I mean, he's running, you know, and jumping over a wall. Like,
He's
I don't know.
the
That just
wind.
screams like the perfect sunny summer day, you know, with the blue sky and the clouds. Like,
Yeah.
they're
Zen
just
is
perfect.
definitely a trope subversion of the white hair trope.
Yep. They have a height difference too, don't they?
Yeah,
Yeah,
a bit.
he's
At least in the
taller.
photo I'm looking at here, there's a pretty big height difference.
I don't think it's that
significant,
big,
but
not significant, but
Yeah.
he is taller than her.
He's at least almost a head taller.
Mm-hmm. Is anyone else a little bit sad that Zen isn't a little bit more broad, though? That he's very kind of skinny. You like the fact that he's more like petite?
It honestly makes sense because that's how royals are raised. They're raised to be elegant, not really to be barbarians.
I guess
Well,
that's true.
The other thing is, like, if he takes off his shirt, which we don't get, are we going to see muscles and abs, or are we going to see the skinny and slender? Because in my headcanon is he has abs, he has a little bit of muscle, but it's more on that slender, elegant type of muscle, not the big, bulky.
Yeah.
So he probably have a more fit body type.
So I think the clothes make him look more slender than he is.
Yeah.
yeah, because in the manga, he takes a bath and you see him with his shirt off. Zephyra.
Oh. Does he have abs? And a little bit of a muscle?
Should
Or
we tell her?
No,
you know I'm not going to read it, so come on.
no.
I'm just going to look it up then.
But what I like about their personalities is that they're both really determined individuals to accomplish their goals.
Oh, yeah.
200%.
And the fact that Shirayuki inspires Zen to be more hardworking because he sees her hard at work, and he's like, "Oh, she's a good influence on him." Because you know, with him like constantly trying to escape the castle, like in one of those scenes, like the guards are not even phased seeing him jump over the fence. Like
They're
like,
just like, oh, not again.
there he goes.
Let's be honest, that's a common occurrence. They know he's going to jump the fence whether they stop him or not.
I will say they both have a very bad habit of overworking themselves.
Yeah.
That they
And
do.
not talking, and the other having to force them to take a nap.
Yes.
That is true. There's
Both of them have done that.
Which just makes me curious of how that'll translate later with, you know, them both having responsibilities. Maybe they're aligned and they're both just very tired, leaning over the desk, like ready for the end of the day, but they still have work to do and they're too damn stubborn to stop. And so they end up like looking at each other and go, wow, you look like shit. Yeah, we should probably go take a nap. But I don't really want to. Yeah, but you need to. Oh, are you saying that? I think you need to as well. I could just see this whole thing panning out.
Yeah, and another similarity they have, they're both so kind. Like they want to help people in their different ways, with like Zen as the prince and Shirayuki as a pharmacist, like in making medicines. Like they both have that. They want to reach out to other people and help them.
Yeah.
They're definitely both personable.
But to me, that just shows how like compatible they are because they have all these similarities.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing about it is you can see how they'll work together to achieve those goals. And I can appreciate that because there are so many instances where it's I've got to do it all on my own, but they don't have to because they both have the same goal.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Another thing I really like about Shirayuki is even when she's afraid, she still moves forward. I was just like amazed kind of by her determination not to let those people scare her from going to Zen's side. You know, when like before Obi joins Zen's team, you know, he shoots an arrow at her, like warning her not to go any further.
Mhm.
But then she just takes the arrow out of the wall and keeps going, even though she's shaking in her boots. You know, I'm just like, wow, you're not going to let your fear
Stop you.
stop you. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because she wanted direct answers from Zen.
Yeah.
She didn't want answers from anyone else.
Yeah.
Exactly. So let's talk about how they meet.
So they meet when Shirayuki is running away from a different prince who is trying to, you know, court her without her permission, basically. Not even court her, just.
He basically was trying to order her to be his concubine.
Yep. And Zen is startled to see her there and takes a tumble off the wall, which he so carefully was jumping over before he's like, oh shit, there's a girl there, plop on my face.
Yep. And I love the fact that his aides are telling him to be careful and watch it. And proceeds to not when he sees Shirayuki. And then Yip goes plummeting. And then he's just like, ow, holding his wrist.
And then the two aides come up and are just like, oh, not again.
They're like, are you okay? And then, of course, Zen has to tease.
Yeah.
Like, do you know who I am? Huh? Who are you?
2 + 2? Purple.
But the fact that like Shirayuki is like trying to slip away while they're having this conversation, he's like, nope, you there. And
Yeah.
points his, you know, the sheath of his sword at her. Is like, who are you? You know, like, acting the big tough guy.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
I mean, that's the only slight moment I have against Zen, with being like the fact she's out trying to hide her face, but he's just like, nope, puts the sheath under her hood and flips it up so he can see her. And then she's like, you know, kind of like, oh crap. And then he's just like, your hair is an interesting color. And she's like, hey, I get that a lot. But I don't blame her too, because she was super nervous after like running away from a prince who wanted her to be his concubine because of her hair.
Honestly, this moment is more tense than they ever made it out to be in either the manga or the anime. And I kind of am a little bit bugged by it. Because we learn later that Zen had friends when he was younger. And then, you know, one of them ended up kind of betraying him. And so he's always more on guard around new people, especially since he's a prince. So he has to be more careful. And so here is this hooded girl who just happens to be near him as he's adventuring out. He's already a little bit on edge. And so he's like, okay, no, I have to see this face. I have to make sure.
Especially since it was like a house that they could stay in every once in a while, like in, you know, a stranger.
Just for funsies.
Man,
Yeah.
in his POV, he's off to a side home that he can visit, and you see a hooded figure just sitting there, surprise you, and proceeds to try and hide their face from you.
Yeah.
Especially when you as a prince have a track record of attracting assassins for no damn reason.
Yep.
Well, just being a prince.
Well, just being a prince in general. But also it's like, we find out literally at the end of the episode, he built up a resilience to poisons
Because
he knows that there will be assassination attempts.
And we know that when he, at a young age, what was it, 14, he did get poisoned and was very sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had been previously poisoned.
Yep.
So I don't blame him, but at the same time, I'm like, poor Shirayuki, that probably really spooked her.
Yeah. No, I would.
Shirayuki we're talking about. Come on.
Yes, but it still spooked her. But I do like the fact when she notices that he's injured, like she offers to give him medicine. And at first he's like, no, it could be poison. So then she proceeds to grab his sheath, smack herself with it, and then apply the medicine. Is like, I don't Carrie poisons with me. Ha ha. You know?
I love Zen's reaction to it all, too, because that is not what he was expecting in 1.5 million years.
Well, what same person would do that? Hurt themselves just to prove it's not poison.
Honestly, I think the only person is Mao Mao, and
Absolutely Mao Mao.
wrong universe.
Except for she would have poison on her.
But then I do love that he laughed it off and then offered his arm and introduced himself at that point because he's like, okay.
Sans letting her know that he was a prince, because that didn't come up until the end of the episode as well.
Well, I mean, if you were, gallivanting around and didn't want people to know your identity, I don't think Prince is on the top of the list.
Oh, no, most
No.
definitely not.
Yeah.
But I did think it was cute that after, like, she attends to his wound and then she decides to go on a walk in the forest after he's like, why did you run away? Because you mentioned running away. And she's just like, I'm not going to talk about that.
Oh, when she does, it's funny his reaction when she let him know that it was Raj. Because he immediately forgot that he was injured.
But I thought it was cute just because he was like, I can't allow an injured girl to go by herself, And then she gets her hair stuck in the bark of a tree. And then he's like, oh, no, I can't help you unless you tell me why you ran away. I was like, Zen. And then, it's like, what? That's why?
And I think it's cute that Shirayuki felt like sharing that with him, considering she fled a fucking country because of this. It's not something I think she would want to share lightly.
But the fact before she does tell him, she's like, that's kind of mean. Forcing my hand.
Yeah.
But I love after then she tells him that, she left her hair behind. So at least he can have that because that is what he wanted. He laughs, but then tells her like the red is the color of fate. That it could be annoying right now just because the fact she had to run away because of it to avoid being his concubine. Well, Raj's concubine, not his. But it can connect her to something good. And in that moment, I'm like, we all realize that the good thing it can connect her to is you, right?
That line is cheesy as hell and kind of cringy to me.
They say quite a few cringy things to each other. Let's be real.
That is so true.
They are teenagers, by the way, so the cringe factor is already there to begin with.
But the first time I watched, like after, they go back and then there's the basket of apples and she's holding the apple, and talking to him about something about being poison. I kind of forget the context. But then the fact he takes like a bite out of the apple she's holding and then his aides are like, wow.
She was referencing herself as the poison, as the poisoned apple.
Well, it wasn't, they didn't know it was poison. She was referencing
She was
herself
saying
as
herself was poison. She's like an apple, but poison.
not poisoned, no good, because it was bruised.
Oh, yeah, no good apple.
Yeah.
And then the fact he takes a bite out of it, I was like, okay, Zen. There's a whole basket of apples in front of you, right?
I think Mitsuhide even said that too, right?
Yeah, he gave him crap because they were both like, wow. And then he like starts choking on the apple. And he realizes that they're both there. But then he's just like, okay, please don't get mad at me. And then he's like, I think it's poison. And then he falls so beautifully, I just gotta say.
Right into Misahide's arms.
Let's be honest. Zen is not a prince, he's a princess. Let's just establish this now. We're not calling him Prince Zen anymore. It's Princess Zen.
It's Disney Princess Zen.
It's Disney Princess Zen.
Just Prince Raj putting poison on apples for her to eat. I'm like, that is really messed up.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like so nonchalant about it too. Like when Shirayuki's panicking, like trying to get the antidote from him and everything. And he's just like, oh, if you had just become my concubine, this never would have happened. And now you have to ask me to be my concubine. Like, which is exactly why she ran away. I can't even imagine how Shirayuki was feeling, like running away from him to avoid this. And then him be like, no, you have to ask me to be my concubine for me to give you the antidote for your friend.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I love the Zen rescue. I don't know. The prince coming in to save the princess.
Yes,
in a badass way.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm sorry, but when he knocked that knight aside, the twirling in the air before he falls, I was just like, that's a little cheesy, but you know.
And then he's nonchalant the second he talks to Shirayuki, like, oh yeah, I kind of loosened my bandage. Tie it for me?
Right?
Yeah, I came all the way so you could fix the bandage. Yeah, that's totally why I'm here. Even though I took a bite of the apple that was in your hand.
And I'm still suffering from I have an immunity, but I'm still suffering from the side effects.
Yes.
I still thought it was so cute that he still went to her aid.
Oh,
Even though he was
yes.
still feeling the effects of the poison. And then he announces who he is. I am Prince Zen, you know, like, second prince. And Rosh is just like, oh my God.
Oh, I fucked up real bad.
And he's like, I just poisoned the prince of a neighboring kingdom.
I am about to start a war. This is about to go very badly.
Yep.
Not just that. Prince Zen really scared the shit out of him.
Rightfully
So
so.
now every time for the first while, every time he even thought about Prince Zen, he's gonna shit himself.
Yep.
But
Oh,
he
shit.
made it pretty obvious he had those stomach cramps.
Mm-hmm.
And
But-
correct me if I'm wrong, but after all of this, doesn't he invite Shirayuki to go with him back to his kingdom?
He does.
Did I remember
yeah.
that? Yeah.
I
He
believe so, yes.
he like tells her like it's again cheesy lines that it's up to her where she takes herself, you know, like she can pick the path that she wants, that she isn't poison to him like she was implying, and then is like holds his hand out to her and implies like, are you gonna come with me? I was like, I got Aladdin vibes, like, do you trust me?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Just the fact she takes his hand and agrees to go with him to his kingdom. Oh,
Yeah. He definitely is courting her in the proper way. Take notes, Raj. Take notes.
right. Good God. But immediately, like how quick he is to embrace her as a friend and be her protector, because then she moves, you know, to the kingdom that, oh my gosh, what is the name?
Isn't it Wisteria?
Clarinus.
Clarinus. Thank you.
Wisteria is the last name. That's right.
Yeah.
And the castle.
And the
Wisteria
castle.
Yeah. Okay. But I love that she goes to tell him that she's leaving to go gather herbs on some mountain. And he escorts her, you know, to the ship and everything. And then this girl ends up being kidnapped by this guy who wants to exploit her for her red hair. And then the fact that he picks up on the fact that she's in distress so fast because she doesn't come home when she's supposed to. And he just races off right away to her aid. But like he shows up just at the right time, and I forget his name, the noble
Mihaya.
yeah, ends up getting his ass kicked.
Which I thought was great because, again, it's another time where we see Shirayuki not bowing down to fear.
That
She's
is so
fighting.
true.
She's fighting that entire time because I think she even had this thought come up in her head, like, Zen is waiting for me. He knows I was supposed to be back. And here I am, obviously not back. I need to get back to him.
That yeah, she was trying to get back to him, and him realizing she's in danger so fast and getting as fast as he can there, and that he found her on that mountain.
Yeah.
And then another moment of simple badassery to nonchalant. Oh, hey, Shirayuki, why weren't you home?
I love this switch. Like, yeah, he kicks ass, and then he turns around and goes, Shirayuki, you know?
Such a suave mofo.
He's like, I got to be impressive, and then I have to flirt with the girl.
But the fact he also gets mad on her behalf, like the fact that this guy was also after Shirayuki for her hair, and he's like, she's no tool to be used.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy's like, are you her dad or something? And he's like, her dad? he very nearly drew his sword in that moment, y'all.
Let's be honest. If Zen wasn't a royal, a sword would have been drawn on that dude a long time ago.
Yeah.
Then Shirayuki actually kind of crying just because he's just like, she's more than her hair that everyone is now hunting her down for. This poor girl, she's probably thinking, is there hair dye?
Yeah, I honestly thought that quite a few times. She's an herbalist. There's plenty of herbs out there that can dye hair.
There's things that if it really bothered her or needed to, there's ways to hide her hair. But she must take some pride in her hair to keep it the way it is.
I like the fact she doesn't hide it.
Yeah.
I like
True.
the fact that she's standing up to it. And she's like, I am not my hair. Basically, you know, I'm not going to let my hair define my future. And I'm not going to live my life in fear of somebody who wants my hair, too.
Yeah. She has to prove to so many people that, yes, I have an unusual hair color. No, you may not act as if I am some lowly being just because of an unusual hair color. I will put you in your place, sir.
Mm-hmm. I kind of want to move it along to when she starts the test for becoming the court herbalist. And when Zen ends up going into the greenhouse that she's assigned to work in, and then they get locked in there.
When I first read the chapters, and I read the manga way before I found out there was an anime, I was laughing hysterically when he got trapped in there. And then when he ended up helping her with her test, and he's like, I don't know, this is probably going to have you fail because you got outside help. It don't matter, dude. She needs help.
It's not just outside help. It's the prince's. Pretty much his word. He's only second to one.
And the fact that she used the excuse of, well, yeah, I had him help, considering the fact that these herbs might, you know, save him one day. Yeah. to save her ass.
It's true, though.
It is definitely true, because later on he used like several different types of ailment remedies.
But I just thought it was so cute that he wanted to peek in on her during her test and then notices someone creeping around. So he gets really defensive and like slides into the greenhouse and is like protecting, you know, with his hand on a sword, like, I'm ready. Like, I'm ready for whatever comes. But then Shirayuki calls out to him. So he goes farther into the greenhouse and then they get locked in together. And then he's just like, panicked.
Panic.
But also, he doesn't have as much hesitation to help her. You know, he's a prince. He should not be digging in the dirt. Quite the same, as a court herbalist. But he's like, yeah, I'll help you rip out these plants and move them to a completely new place. That's a lot of work.
Not just ripping them out, but we saw that they had to change the soil.
Yeah.
They replanted everything in that section of the garden.
Yep.
He's a prince trying to do more, be a court, and yet he's not afraid to do dirty work, hard, dirty work.
Yeah. And I love how when the head court herbalist comes in the morning and is like, you didn't make him help you, did you, Shirayuki? And she's like, yep, I did.
Of course I did. Are you kidding me? Can't do all this by myself.
And she's just baffled. Like, what? You made the prince help you replant the whole garden?
Well, and there's also an aspect that I absolutely love. It would have been probably a lot safer for her and probably Zen too if she had said no. But she didn't. She doesn't lie. And I think that speaks truth and mounds to Shirayuki as a character.
Yeah, and I think the chief herbalist admired her answer, that she was honest, even if it potentially meant she'd be disqualified. Mm-hmm. But because of all her hard work, her honesty, she was accepted as a court herbalist apprentice, which was amazing. Because I was like, yes, she deserves this.
Woohoo! And then she's in the palace.
She's in the palace.
And Zen is so excited about it.
Especially since, you know, he had to give her permission to come in to visit him. And then there were people trying to interfere with this. So, but now with her being an apprentice in the court, she's able to come in and he's able to see her more.
Yeah. She was able to come in her own strength, her own power. Like,
not just under his
Zen
name.
helped in the garden, but even if he wasn't there, she still would have worked hard to fix it before. So just the devotion and that she has towards her work also speaks volumes.
Yeah. The fact that she definitely got into being an apprentice on her own 2 feet.
Yeah. Well, and that's something she tells Azana later when Azana is grilling her about her intentions. Because obviously the last person Zen was close to betrayed him. And I'm sure Azana is very protective of Zen after that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely one of those where she's like, yeah, no, I want to get here and prove my own strength. And I love that.
Yeah, but a little before that, I just thought it was so sweet how she showed how much she cares for Zen, because after she gets accepted as a court apprentice, the chief herbalist gives her Zen's medical records.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. She got to see his poisoning development history.
And all his injuries that he got from other things. And she's crying because obviously it bothers her that he's gone through these things.
Mm-hmm.
And little Ryu gets worried when he sees her crying and goes running for Zen,
Yeah.
who then climbs in a window.
It's Zen.
Yep.
Let's be honest.
Jumping fences and stuff.
She even read his medical record that he was, up a tree or something, and he fell and scraped, like, his knee or something. She's like, what the heck was he even up there for?
Spider monkey. But the fact that he's just like, won't you look at me? And she looks at him with those teary eyes, and he's just like, I'll stay here with you until you're done reading it, and gives her like a big old hug. Just
It's
like, no.
The thing is, she's reading his past and she's empathetic, so she feels the pain that she's reading that he went through, and he stays there saying, it's okay, that's happened, but I'm okay. I'm here, I'm alive, I'm strong. I'm okay, I'm here.
But just how supportive he is of Shirayuki, just in general, though.
Mhm.
And shows it in all
definitely.
these different ways throughout the story.
Yeah.
And then the fact after she becomes the
Herbalist apprentice.
yes, herbalist apprentice. Wow. English, I speak it. And I remember words, I swear. But when he officially sees her in the outfit and everything, he blushes like, oh, that looks good on you. And then he's like, oh, I'm going to be busy for a little while. Like, I might not be able to see you very much. She's like, okay. At first, not realizing he starts pouting, like, you're okay with that? He's like,
He fell very fast for her.
he
That he
did.
did.
Like, you see it so early in the anime, just like how flustered he gets when she is around and how he wants her close. And he's just thinking, yay, because now she is an herbalist apprentice, that he'll be able to see her more. And then suddenly work gets in the way. And it's like, oh, then
And-
pouty face.
And Azana as well.
He does mention later on, he does says that he pretty much fell for her when they first met. Or not like the day they first met.
Which is the cutest.
Or at least that's when he started falling for her.
I hate the love at first sight thing. I
don't think it was the first sight. I think he met her, but as the day progressed and he got to know who she really, a little bit more of who she is, that's when he started falling for her.
To me, I don't think he had love at first sight. I think he had love at first. Yeah, I'm going to prove you wrung.
Yeah,
that's
sword
fair.
thwack. And then, oh, that made my heart flutter. But then Prince Azana comes back to
Yep.
the castle, and his face when Prince Raj visits, and he's like, oh, I can't see Shirayuki because Prince Zen thinks of her as his fiance. The horror of the whole courtyard. And Prince Raj is like, oh, like, why is everybody so frozen? And Azana's like, I'm going to pass out. Like,
Izana was ready to drink himself into an early grave. He was not having it that day.
even Zen's face, like, oh shit. Like,
Zen was ready to commit matricide right then and there.
the fact he grabs Prince Raj and is like, come with me. And like, there's that moment of like, I'm thinking, oh God, he's going to kill him. Like, but the fact then Zen is like worried what people are going to think about Shirayuki, because obviously he still wants her by his side, but he doesn't want people to get the wrong impression. So he's like, oh no. He goes up to his brother like, oh no, she's not, I don't think of her my fiance, blah, 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 blah. And then the fact he then has to tell Shirayuki later, like, oh, by the way, this dipshit just said we were engaged in front of all these nobles. And so people might be interested in you. And her face in the manga, like, like, oh no.
Like, surprise Pikachu face?
Pretty much. And then she's like, it's okay. The fact that she's like, we'll get through this, I'll push through. We'll push through. We'll be fine. Everything will be good. And the fact that he's relieved, like she's not going to freak out over this, because this obviously may cause her problems with her being an apprentice in the castle, It could hurt her role and her trying so hard to become an official court pharmacist.
Well, and she ran away from that role. If she really wanted to be someone on a pedestal for everyone to look at, she would have accepted Raj's demand.
Yeah.
And I think Zen was also just concerned that she really didn't want that.
But then the fact she also finds out that Princess Anna is like trying to imply with her going back home with Prince Raj at first, and she's panicking and running through the castle, like, because she doesn't want to go back. She feels like she has found a role for herself in the castle at Zen's side. And the fact, like, she calls out his name, and the fact he's walking by and overhears her. The fact that she climbs a tree to reach him and like hugs him so tightly, and Zen is so happy, like he's like, she's hugging me. And whenever like they're hugging and talking, and then she pulls away to like look at him, and then he was just kind of like, oh, I wanted us to stay in that position a little longer. It was like, oh,
I regret letting you go too soon. And then she blushes. And he blushes.
it's just so cute how sweet he is with Shirayuki, that his feelings are super fast, and he just is like, I want you close. And then when he has her very close, he's like, I like this. And then she pulls away, and he's like, no.
No, I think in that hug, he pulled away because she said some, or he had some to tell her, and he's like, no. And then after bringing that up, he's like, oh, I regret letting go so soon.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, but just, he's a clingy type.
He's definitely the clingy type. And I think Shirayuki's okay with that.
Yeah, especially throughout the whole, like, the series of what I've read, just how often he reaches for her hand. He wants physical contact with her. He wants to touch her, and he can't take too much, obviously as his role as a prince. So he'll take her hand.
I think it's not just that. He wants to respect her boundaries and doesn't want to like push her into an uncomfortable situation. There was that time where he kissed her without thinking or realizing it, and then after hugged her and apologized, saying, I'll ask first.
Yep. And that's what I wanted to mention too, is that whole competition with the bird, and the fact that Shirayuki put herself on the line for it because she jumped out of a fucking tower to make sure she can get the whistle before the bird arrived. And then Zen comes over because he realized that something could have gone amiss and finds out that she did that. And he's so panicked, and then is so relieved to see her okay.
Yeah, because I can't imagine how he felt getting that note of like the assistant was injured, but it didn't specify anything. So I can imagine his panic getting there to the watchtower as fast as he can.
And it takes 45 minutes just to get there by horseback.
Yep.
Yeah, and the fact that he even ignores Obi, who talks to him, to rush up the watchtower stairs to reach Shirayuki.
Yeah, Obi knew he was in the way real quick.
But yeah, then he kisses her, and Shirayuki is stunned,
It got awkward for them for a hot second after that.
And he panics, like backs away like, oh my gosh, what did I just do without thinking? I am so sorry. But the fact that he apologized right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, he owned up real quick.
Then said next time he touches her, he will ask. That's huge. Consent is huge, and I just loved him realizing his mistake and immediately making up for it.
I do too, because I wouldn't like it if a guy just randomly came up and kissed me, even if I knew them. Fuck that. No, I need my personal bubble. And I know Shirayuki's not ace like I am, so it's probably a little different for her, but still.
For her, it's probably like she still don't know her own feelings, so it was a shock and she doesn't know what to say or do, but she doesn't outright reject him.
No,
Then again, she freezes and like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
which honestly makes a lot of sense because that was when they upgraded the relationship and both of them didn't know how to deal with an upgrade in the relationship.
Yeah.
So they had to figure it out, which good on them. They sorted it out kind of after Shirayuki literally just ran away because Obi told her run away.
Yeah, Obi saw that Zen was making her flustered and kind of stressed out because Zen wanted her to have a definitive answer the next time that they really chatted. And Shirayuki was like, I don't have one right now. Stay away from me. And then he chases her.
Yep.
But the fact that like she was flustered for days after the kiss and is like, every time I think about it, makes my heart go boom, 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 boom. And then she goes red in the face, as red as her hair. But the fact when Obi's like, Mistress, run, the fact she did run away.
She then bolted.
And Zen was like, she actually ran away. Kicked puppy. Like,
Why would she run from me?
but the fact even like when he goes after her, he doesn't like run. Like he walks.
Yeah.
Like he's super calm about it and calls out to her like, I'm not going to chase you through these woods, you know, like please stop at least. And I won't, you know, come too close. Like, let's talk.
Yeah.
And they talk. It took a minute, but they finally talk.
They had to talk. They figured it out.
Confess their love.
Mm-hmm.
But I love that's when Shirayuki, you know, figures out her feelings after all that time to really consider it after Zen kissed her. Because obviously she took, I think it was like 3 days. And then seeing him and coming to terms with it. And just, I don't know, I love that she told him, like, you're so dear to me and I respect you and I want to be your strength. I was just like, oh, babies. And that, like, Zen returns the sentiment. Like, he's like, yes, I want to be your strength too. I want to be by your side. I want to be able to accomplish our goals together. But can we also talk about the fact, like, when they're having their little love confession, like, Zen as a prince kneels down in front of her.
And sets his sword in front of her as if vowing that I am here for you.
Like, I am your knight. I was just like, wow, that's huge.
It is. That's akin to a proposal.
I took that as a proposal.
I love how that moment was their first kiss, too. Their first real kiss.
I was going to say, hold on.
Because they both lean into
kiss.
it.
That's
Because the
true.
first time Shirayuki's just like, ooh, you know, freezes up, eyes are open. But this time they both lean into it. Their eyes are closed.
Yep.
I'm like, their first real kiss where, you know, consent.
Yeah.
Yes.
I gotta say, I absolutely love how, like, most anime, after the couple gets back together, all the embarrassment and blushing pretty much stops. I love how they still have that. Like, they still blush in front of each other or get embarrassed, even though they gave out their feelings and they know their feelings for each other and know they love each other. It's such a more realistic, real thing that, yeah, you've confessed and you're still together, that you could still get flustered and you still get embarrassed or blush in front of each other, or because that type topic comes up.
As somebody who's read far enough in the manga, yeah, can confirm it. Literally every time they get back to each other, it's like it's their first meetup again where they're just blushing idiots. the amount of slow burn. This thing is not a slow burn. This is literally the slowest of slow burns. This is a candle.
Yeah.
This is a snail surrounded by salt. Oh, slow burn.
If you can't tell, Zephra did not really care for it.
Okay, the love story, the couple themselves, I love. But the story itself and watching it, it's just too slow, too boring. It's felt like seeing it, been there, done that, don't want to go back.
Mhm.
Like, it feels like it's, meh.
Yeah, but can we talk about too when Shirayuki has to take the place of that one dancer in the play?
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Okay. So this is in the manga, I think. Is it
And in the anime, yes.
Oh, it is in the anime. It's been so
Season
damn
2.
long. It's been so damn long since I've seen the anime.
If I remember correctly.
So, it's so cute.
It's so cute.
Hilarious.
So
Zen is
jealous.
so protective of her and then jealous.
The fact that they're like, oh, and then the guy out there on the stage has to kiss the back of her hand, the princess, and Zed's like, no.
And then they're changing the script to some a little bit more intimate. And Zen's like, hell no, give me your costume. I'm going out there.
You are not showing off my girlfriend's hair.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he's just like, no, because he knows that would upset her if they take off the headdress
head
thing that
cover.
was covering
Yeah.
her hair.
And then he would lose time with her because everyone would be like, oh my gosh, red hair.
Yeah.
Right? And he, especially since originally in that day, he showed up in like a guard outfit and he's like, Shirayuki, let's go. And like whisks her away. Like,
Yeah.
so he's just like, he obviously cherishes the time he has with her. And then they get involved in the play. And then he's like, no touchy. And then jumps on the stage and is like, get back, you know, and ushers Shirayuki off. Like, go on now. I got this. I will put on a little act. They weren't. Obi's just like, ho, ho, ho. Like, you know, because he gives Zen shit about it afterward.
I want to mention something about Obi and Zen in specific. The fact that Zen is willing to trust Obi with Shirayuki's safety and help, considering the first time that Obi interacted with Shirayuki was shooting an arrow at her. And not just that, but I'm pretty sure Zen knows that Obi likes Shirayuki.
He does.
He does.
Yeah. So the fact that Zen is not too jealous to realize a help for Shirayuki speaks leaps and bounds about Zen that most characters, most male leads would never have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
He definitely has a lot of trust in a unrequited love rival taking care of his love.
Yeah.
Well, in the other aspect, the fact that Obi does love and care for her also shows that Zen knows, because of those feelings, Zen knows he would not let anything happen to her. He'd be even more protective, or just as protective as Zen would be over her while watching her. And he was. And
He gets very violent when he fails as an attendant and then he has to go redeem himself. He gets violent.
But the point is, he knows that he can trust in the love Obi has, that he would not let her down.
Yeah.
But it does show a lot of trust that he's willing to let her be alone with someone else like that.
Only with Obi.
True.
I mean, Mitsu Heyday too, but that's because he has the hots for Kiki.
Yeah, well, that's a different, and the relationship is different. He known him a lot longer.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
But can we talk about just the one I think is really kind of funny, of like when Zen gets that paper cut and they're like, oh no, you're going to do a paper cut monster if you don't go to the medical wing. Oh no, you should go see Shirayuki to tend to that. But the fact she isn't there, and then the chief herbalist has to take care of it. And then she's like, oh, you can go wait for her in the other room.
And of course, he's been
asleep.
overworking, so he falls asleep.
But just the fact it's so cute when she goes in and like gets close to him and touches his hand. Like he immediately grabs it. Mine. And then then he presses a kiss to the back of her hand, just knowing it was her and just being so happy to see her.
Well, he's asleep, but his subconscious knows.
Oh, yeah. Can I point out another one that's just as cute?
Oh.
When Shirayuki gets super drunk off of one sip of alcohol.
Oh my gosh.
And then she's walking around the castle mumbling to herself about taking care of soldiers that she's no longer in charge of because of Feckin' and Zana. And she starts crying out of nowhere because she doesn't know how to ride a horse.
And then Obi sends him that letter of like, hey. And then Zen shows up like, why did you make me go around the castle looking for you guys?
And why did you only leave me a note? What's wrong with you?
A note that's not very detailed.
Obi did that on purpose.
Oh, 200%.
Obi loves messing with Zen when it comes to that.
He totally does. But I just thought it was super cute, like when Shirayuki, you know, is draped across Obi's back, drunk, that he like brushes like her bangs away from her face. Just, I don't know. I just love his little touches of affection for her, like the hand holding, the hair caresses, you know, just, it's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
I think kind of talked about it already, but after the whole pirates thing, the first real big arc, when they first see each other after that, it's so cute. And he wants to stay with her and keep going up and be with her. But he also has so much rage that he needs to let it out. And yes, he sees that she's still safe, but he still has that rage and fury of what happened to her, what was done to her, that he's like, okay, I don't want you to see this side of me. Go upstairs where you're safe. I'll handle the pirates and I'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
But I just thought it was so cute how he pulled her into his arms. And the fact she started crying and saying his name over and over again. And he gets teary-eyed too. Just the fact that he put everything on hold to go rescue her when he found out that she was in danger.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Just how fast he and Obi were actually racing to get back to her side. Just that dedication. I was just like, wow. Like his brother tells him even, I would prefer if you don't go. Like let like that kingdom deal with that.
Yeah.
And Ben's like, nope, I'm going. I just came to tell you I'm going.
Yep.
Just wow.
I do have to laugh that after that, when he's having the one-on-one talk with her father, and she overhears him, and he's like, yes, I love her. And the father, I want to marry her, says that Ed. Father's like, I don't allow it.
Terrible dad.
But she overhears and she's already blushing, just standing there blushing so red. And when he comes down the stairs after the conversation, he goes down the stairs and sees her, and then he starts blushing really hard. Like, that's just a cute love moment.
Mm-hmm. Like, she just overheard me confessing my feelings for her to her dad. And then the fact, like, when he told his brother before he took off to the neighboring kingdom to help save Shirayuki, he tells Azana, she is the girl I want to marry. And his brother's just like, huh?
He tells Zen, basically, prove to me that she's worthy of it.
She does the proving her damn self.
Yeah, but he said, you know, you need to make me an ally, I think is how he worded it, at least in the manga.
That's a little later, though. I mean, apparently it's earlier in the manga, but then it was animated later in the anime. Wait, no, it was animated earlier in the anime and later in the manga. Ah!
Yeah, the timeline is skewed if you want to compare the manga to the anime.
But one of my favorite moments between Zen and Shirayuki is when they're back on their way back from that kingdom. After the ball happens and everything, and they're standing outside enjoying the evening, and they're both leaning against the pillar, but their hands brush, and she's like, oh, sorry, you know, like kind of pulling away, but then Zen like takes her hand. It's like 10 seconds. And she's like, okay, just blushy It's just so cute. He's like, nope, wait, never mind, I actually do want to hold your hand for a moment.
He tries to keep it to a minimum because, you know, he's a prince. He's got to keep it on the down low. Otherwise, everybody will freak out. But then he's like, nah, I can't.
But I also, on their way home still, that he complains, like, Shirayuki never rides on my horse with me.
It's always with Obi or Mitsuhide. Aw.
Because technically, he's not supposed to have someone on his horse with him. His aides are supposed to handle that. But I love that later on that he's like, no, she's riding with me. And even Shirayuki's like, I've never shared a horse with Zen before. And then Kiki breaks the moment like, only halfway.
Yes, that was... Wasn't that after...
That was way later, but I love that eventually he got his way. He's like, nope, she's sharing a horse with me.
Yeah. I guess for me, one of my favorite moments, and I'm not sure how far ahead I'm jumping, but when Shirayuki heads up to Lilius, is that how you say it?
I think so.
The place with the poisonous flowers.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is, I think, in the manga only. So you might be a little lost, Zephra.
But we gotta talk about the final moment at the end of season 2. I just want to talk about the herb garden when she calls for Zen, and then he goes running to her, and she's like reaffirming her feelings to him, and then like he kisses her neck and her legs give out after they kiss.
Oh gosh.
She's like, that was too much. I was like, Zen, you sly dog.
Very sensitive, the neck.
But I just had to talk about that moment because I thought it was a really cute kiss scene between them and them reaffirming their feelings for each other. And now we can continue on to the manga. Go ahead, Kaylee. I'm good.
You're good. I just was like, I don't remember all the little tiny scenes between the two of them, but I do remember when they reunite again in Lilius, when it's already been shut down because there's this illness going around that was attributed later to the flowers. And the fact that they were separated by a wall or the gate, and Zen, doesn't he like do like a little head touch to her or something?
No, she has her hand holding one of the bars and he tells her to leave her hand there. And then covers her hand with his. And they just kind of stand close to each other, like almost like basking in their small reunion before they have to part again.
That's right. Yeah. I loved that moment, even though I apparently can't remember jack shit. Because he's left her there with this illness that was raging about. He didn't stay like I know he really wanted to, because he realized that she would have it under control. He had enough faith in her to solve this illness and help the people out.
But I gotta say, he probably was a little unhappy seeing his brother there too. Like, ooh, she's with you.
That too.
Sorry, that scene sounds familiar. Logged. Fire in the logs, having to leave because of a sickness.
Right. Yeah, the fort in the earlier episode.
Fort, yeah.
And then having to leave her again, but this time with his brother. Would he have burst a blood vessel if he had learned that she rode a horse with his brother?
Oh, he would.
Good question.
I'm pretty sure he wouldn't.
He probably would have been more like, ooh, like, because at that time she hadn't ridden a horse with him yet. So he would have been like, she rode a horse with him first.
He's more important than me. Why can't I ride with her?
I wish I could ride a horse with Princess Anna.
Me too.
Yeah, I have no attraction to Princess Anna because the anime did him dirty.
Then after all this goes down, I love that Shirayuki and Zen end up going on a date in the capital after they get back. Because it's funny, he even asked his aide, Mitsuhide, like, what's a date? I heard the soldiers talking about it. And I was like, Zen, you don't know what a date is.
No, he does not.
I thought that was a flashback.
Well, it was kind of a flashback like, of him talking to his aide about it. And then him being like, okay, I'm going to take Shirayuki on a date. Ha-ha.
Yeah.
Well, in the anime, they had talked about wanting to go back when they were in the other country, or talk about when should they get back to their country to take a day around the town. So it has been talked and planned about wanting to do that, but it sounds like he didn't know it was called a date.
Apparently not. But I just thought it was so cute because like she apparently makes a treat that they shared. He tells her it's so good. And then he asks her if like she saw anything that she liked at the shop, because he would like to buy her something to like remember their date. And at first she's like, no, like that's not necessary. He's like, but I want to. And so they find a shop that sells bookmarks.
Yep.
And he sees her eyeing one. He's like, do you like that? And he buys it for her.
So sweet.
And I think it's so sweet that Shirayuki kind of does the 180 too and does, what about you? Is there anything I can get you? And Zen was like, just having the time here is perfect,
Yeah,
Hearing
his
your
love language is
words.
quality time.
Mm-hmm. Well, and touch.
And touch.
Definitely touch.
Man after my own heart.
They go to this little scenic area and he picks her up and asks her if she's happy. I'm just like, that's so sweet. And she just smiles at him and says, very. I'm like, they had a good date.
They did. And then she wrote him a letter out of the parchment and using the wax and stuff that they bought on this trip to write him a quick letter being like, I appreciated the time. I loved it a lot. And then he doesn't he kiss the letter too or something?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the fact then Prince Zen asks his brother if he can prepare a room for Shirayuki in the castle under his name.
Yep.
Adjacent to where he lives.
He was trying to move along because he knew it wasn't getting anywhere.
I mean, they hadn't seen each other in months between other periods. It's like they're like on and off again because they're always so damn busy.
Yep. Well, and I think that was after Azana became king too. And so
I think it's a little before.
It's a little
Zana
before.
it is
crowned
a little
king.
bit before. Okay. Never mind then. I was going to say Zen got a lot busier when Azana became king too.
Oh, yeah.
So it was a great time for them to see each other being in the same area.
But that's huge of Zen to ask Prince Azana for that, to bring Shirayuki even further into the castle, because they apparently only had rooms like outside the castle that they would go to at night. They didn't stay in the castle, the pharmacists. But then the fact he's like, I want her to be closer to me. And then the fact even Azana allows it, that he gives him authority over the East Wing, a part of it, for him to move Shirayuki in, but along with his other aides like Mitsuhide, Kiki, and Obi.
Yep.
Wow. That's big.
That is.
Especially under Zen's name. Because obviously his aides are kind of like reflections of him. So obviously they have to, they're there under his authority.
Yep. Well, and I think Izana was also trying to keep in mind that Zen at this point, wasn't he getting the letters from suitors and stuff like that? Wasn't that at the same time?
That was a little before that. Yeah, he was getting notes of marriage interviews.
Yeah. So if a woman suddenly moved into the castle to be with Zen under Zen's name, that would be very suspicious. And so Izana, I think, was looking out for Zen by being like, okay, but only if you take Mitsuhide, Kiki, and Obi too.
And then even Shirayuki's stunned when Zen tells her that he asked this of his brother.
Mm-hmm.
And it was granted. Really, wow.
Yeah.
And especially since Izana does know at this time that Zen wants Shirayuki to be his wife.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like he's like, because, he said before, make me your ally. But he's still offering help to see, like to move their progress forward as a couple and like seeing if she's worthy of being Zen's wife.
Do you want to know something, though? I love Izana, but I am still kind of a bit peeved that he sent Shirayuki and Ryu off to Lilius again.
What a devious little guy. Because he straight up even admits it later that he purposely separated Zen and Shirayuki. And this is after he's crowned king.
Yeah. And man, when I heard that, I was like, okay, how long am I going to have to read until I finally get more scenes between them? If it's like 3 chapters, 4 chapters of just random things, and I'm like, I so don't care.
And for 2 years. It's not a small amount of time either.
Yeah, and it was a big moment for Shirayuki to realize, do I really want to be in the castle or do I want to be elsewhere? And she decides when she's up there that she wanted to be at the castle, since Ryu was also going to be there too. She's like, yeah, I want to be where the people are.
Where my people are. But the fact that after she receives the news, she's actually upset by it, and she hides it at first, that she's upset that she has to leave the castle to go to this new place with Ryu. Even if it is for educational purposes and all this stuff. Like, she's like, I don't want to leave this little found family I have.
Oh, and she doesn't tell Zen.
Yeah, she doesn't tell Zen. And the fact his aides also don't tell him because they're like, like that's Shirayuki's business, y'all. Like, we should let her tell him.
Well, and not just that, but they really didn't want to be on the receiving end of Zen's attitude towards it. So
yeah, because I'm sure Zana got it when after Zen found out. Because even Zana's like, "How was your trip?" He's like, "You know exactly why I'm irritated."
Stop playing games with me. You already know what's going on here.
But then the fact that Kiki and Shirayuki are sharing a room and Shirayuki begins breaking down because obviously she can't hide it anymore, the panic of leaving Zen's side. And so she goes and gets Zen.
Yeah, Kiki is for real for that because she doesn't even say what's going on. She's like, our room now.
Yeah. Shirayuki needs you. And Zen's at first like flustered, like me alone with her in that room. But she's like,
go right now.
Like,
go right now.
And then the fact he comforts her just right away, like he immediately goes to sit by her, wipes her tears, pulls her into a hug, gives her little head rubs. I'm just like, Zen is just so sweet.
Those are some of my favorite panels in the manga.
Yes.
And he just like knows, like she doesn't really talk about what's going on at first, but the fact he just immediately reaches for her.
Well, ladies, that's where I read to in the manga. You guys read a little bit farther. You a tiny bit more than me, Juno. And Roman, you said, and I quote, "I cheated, but I finished it." So do you want to share some of your favorite moments past that point?
So yes, I cheated because after a certain type of arc, I said, screw this. I got no time for this. I'm skimming all the panels until I find something that's relevant.
I understand.
So
obviously Shirayuki and Ryu are shipped off. Bye-bye. And then the fact they don't see each other for 4 months.
Yeah, It's a rough 4 months. But while that's going on, poor Zen is in the middle of just his own troubles. And he finally decides, oh, I see what Asana's doing. I see what you're doing. Okay, fine, I'll play your game. So the reason why Asana separated them is not only because he knew Shirayuki needed to expand her knowledge with Ryu and get more knowledge and do this weird task that he asked him to. He also did it because he wants Zen to move into the castle where their mother is dwelling so that he can take over that castle later on.
Oh.
And it happens to be right in that vicinity.
Oh, isn't that Wistal Castle?
Yes.
Okay. Some things are clicking together because I think that's the place that Shirayuki decided she wanted to go work at too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, with Ryu.
Ryu. Did she not know that Zen was thinking about moving there?
She was not aware of it. She knew that that's where she wanted to go. And then eventually Zen decided on his own, hey, I'm going to go there too because I see your game now.
Hold on. Mighty damn coincidence we've got ourselves here. Zana's so sneaky, that little...
The fact he's helping him though on the sly though is
He definitely
what a
does
good
it on the
older
sly.
brother. But can we talk about the fact like 4 months later after, they've been separated that long and then they're on their way back to the castle for a banquet and Shirayuki sees Zen and Kiki and Mitsuhide at where they're stopped at the time. And then they're like, oh, and Obi's like, come with me. But Kiki notices them. But then she's like, oh, guys, look down there. There's something down there. And they're like, what?
Oh, yes!
And they sneak up behind them and go, boom!
They surprise them.
I love that's how they decide to greet Prince Zen after being separated for that long.
Because let's be honest, it's feckin' Obi. He's going to corrupt Shirayuki. Oh my gosh,
But
yes.
I love after like the big scare greeting and everything. And then like Zen almost like realizes how long it's been since he's seen her. And he like caresses her face in front of his aides. And they're like, oh, like we're standing right here, And they're like talking shit. And he's like, I heard you. And that's when she rides the horse with him because he's like, no, you're riding with me.
So some of the things that happen later on in the manga is Shirayuki has Obi teach her how to ride a horse. And then when she shows Zen that she knows how to ride, he's like, that's not fair.
He's sad he doesn't get to have her on his horse anymore.
He literally was whining like, you got to ride with Obi and Mitsuhide multiple times. This is not fair.
Pouty prince in a corner.
Yes, he was.
Princess in a corner.
Pouty princess. And then there was a huge scandal that happened on Zen's side shortly after he decided to start moving himself to get towards the other castle. While he's doing his rounds throughout the kingdom, checking on patrols and whatnot, there is a scandal that one of the former castle's owners' families has 2 of their kids at a guards tower base. And those 2 kids end up being insert spies / assassins trying to take out multiple people who are in that base because their brother told them to. And they tried to kill Zen, and he's like, oh, hell no, you ain't doing that. So, of course, he had to call in Obi, who had to leave Shirayuki and switch off with a guard. And when all is said and done and everything's figured out, Obi goes back to Shirayuki, and she literally almost runs him over because she was so worried about him.
Aw.
She literally almost runs him over, and then she starts checking for injuries and finds a few on him. She's like, what the hell happened? And then when she finally meets Zen, because he goes up there to recuperate and whatnot, because it's still technically a medical college town.
Mm-hmm.
She sees him and she flips out for 5 seconds, and then she's relieved. She's just relieved that he's alive.
Aw.
Oh,
Like, let her be that worried, significant other of, how dare you do that to me? But, oh, I'm so happy you're okay.
Oh, yes. And they actually get a month off because he was injured in the fight. So during their time off, while he's resting and recuperating, they go to this specialized restaurant that doubles as like an inn. So it's like an old school inn where it's both restaurant and room and board. So they go there, they eat, but it's just Zen and just Shirayuki. They're like, where the hell are the rest? They're supposed to be here. And there's a blizzard outside. What's going on? Come to find out, one of the caretakers brings a note that says, yeah, we're going to be late. You two have fun.
Chicka bow wow.
Bow, chicka, bow, wow.
Not knowing that they're actually in a room a level under them.
They wanted them to have some alone time.
Can we really
did.
appreciate the efforts of Kiki, Mitsuhide, and Obi, like helping make time for them to for Zen and Shirayuki?
Yeah.
Yes.
So they could work on the relationship, have time together, just what supportive age?
And again, one of them has a crush on Shirayuki, and he is still respecting the fact that Zen and her reciprocate each other's feelings.
Yes. He knows that Shirayuki only has eyes for Zen. It's so unrequited, but he is so sweet.
I love it.
But also the fact in a couple chapters earlier that Zen directly asked Obi how he felt about Shirayuki. And he
Yes.
says, I like mistress. And even Zen's like, wow, I'm actually really surprised that you answered me honestly. Like,
And that was before he sent her off to go be with Shirayuki as a guard, because he knew that he needed somebody to take care of her.
Yeah.
be at her side. And then even the fact that even though Obi likes Shirayuki, he isn't pursuing her actively and all that stuff. And he even asked Zen, when are you going to propose to her? And Zen's like, bright red.
Hey, Roman, does he propose to Shirayuki by the current chapters? Got it. Okay.
We have nothing. Oh my gosh. There was still so much shenanigans going on. It's like, for real, my guy, just... Ugh.
The fact he has announced his intention to propose to Shirayuki, but to like his aides, his brother, and all that, but he
And to
hasn't
her?
asked. No, he hasn't asked her at all. I don't think she's aware.
He made it known that he wants her in his life forever.
Yeah, but he hasn't like directly told her like, I want you to be my wife.
Come on, dude. What's taking so long?
I get ticked off by that so much.
I have a feeling that because they're teenagers, it's probably an age thing. He's probably waiting for a correct time to be engaged. But
it
it's
could
taking
also
too
be-
damn long. Just make just make a future proposal party or whatever. Just stake your claim, dude.
At
You
least
know,
he should
you
let
could
her
be
know
engaged
his intentions.
for years. It doesn't mean that once you get engaged, that you have to get married right away.
And maybe he's just making sure that all the groundwork is there, so when they do get engaged, like, they don't have a lot of backlash.
That's fair.
So, my fabulous ladies, let's talk about our tropes. I'll go first. I mean, it's a little different. Normie dates a celebrity.
You know what? Honestly, truth.
Yep.
Yes.
A normal person is in a relationship with a celebrity. In this case, royalty, causing drama.
Yep. That's pretty fitting because, yeah, he is the celebrity or one of the biggest celebrities
In that kingdom.
in that kingdom. So, yeah, that definitely fits. I think it can create some interesting dynamics. I don't know. I have some peeves with it in this story in specific, though. I don't know why. Leave the two lovebirds alone. So this is the entire party entourage leaving a room so two lovers can have some alone time.
I got one that matches that energy.
Oh, yeah?
I love that. It's so true how often they're trying to be like, go in the room, and we will just stand out here.
Okay, mine that matches that energy is shippers on deck.
Yes.
But his aides really are so freaking supportive.
They
Can I
are.
give them a round of
They
applause for
know
that?
they want this to happen.
Yeah.
Sleeping with the boss. A character is in romantic relationship with their employer.
Oh no. Oh no.
And I literally just said
higher
that one scene.
Above and is
Honestly, he's sleeping with his doctor.
technically
Oh my gosh! With his dog, Roman.
yeah, doctor, and she, for him it's his doctor, and for her it's her boss. So
Wow, it's all coming together, y'all. Glorious. All right, so I'll go with my next one. Promoted to love interest.
Ooh.
The adaptation of a story turns a character's platonic relationship into a romantic one. They get together in episode 10.
Yep.
That they do.
They do.
And we're still trying to take more steps in the romantic one. Come on!
Speed it up, y'all.
Engagement, at least. Come on.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this one because it's along the complaining round. Anchored ship.
That's what I was gonna do too. It is definitely an anchor ship.
Yep, a potential romantic pairing that's been put on hold. Dag fucking darn it, Zana. Why?
I get why he's doing what he's doing because he's a devious little thing, but yeah, it's frustrating at the same time, though.
Absolutely.
Him be with his girl.
And I think at this point she's shown that she is worthy. Azana!
Oh, he knows. He's just screwing with them at this point for fun.
Oh, 100%.
He's testing him. Yep.
all right. Totally trusting love interest. The love interest who believes in their partner's fidelity no matter what and is justified in believing so.
Oh,
This reminds me of the scene where they're about to do that bird test, and the Lord is like, I'll go with her to the end to see that this actually works. Zen, knowing full well that he is going to try and sabotage, looks to her and she just does a slight nod like, yes, it's okay. Like, I got this. And he allows it. Like, he trusts her to handle this Lord.
Well, and again, when we talk about the scene in Lilius where he leaves Shirayuki to deal with the flowers that were trying to kill people.
And he trusts
Seeds.
her.
Glowing water.
Yeah.
Mist. I have no idea.
But
Yeah.
it's not just him trusting her. It's also how much trust she has in him.
Oh, yeah.
True, especially like when she heard about him having that marriage interview, but they purposely kept the name of the girl secret, and she didn't know it was Kiki at first, and that she was waiting for him to come and tell her about it.
Mm-hmm. She wanted answers from himself. She didn't jump to conclusions.
Yeah, which is, really trusting Zen.
Yeah.
Mine is a little off the nose, but at the same time, it's on the nose. It's an action girlfriend, meaning a girlfriend who does badass things. And let's face it, Shirayuki is a badass in her own way.
She jumps out of a freaking tower to make sure that this test goes right. I don't know. She's not as much of an action girlfriend as Mikasa, which we also talked about this trope for.
Yeah.
But she's definitely still got some spirit in her.
I mean, she slapped Raj.
Yep.
Twice. I mean, once she slapped his hand away from her because she was touching her, but then the second time she slapped him, it was because he was about to ingest a topical ointment. Like, dude, are you that stupid? Just listen to your doctor for once in your life.
Well, it's not just those scenes. Like when that one lord pulled a sword on her and was saying, I'm gonna cut you down if you proceed forward.
Oh yeah, she's proceeding forward anyway. She's like, try me.
All right, now for the moment of truth. Captains, what do you think of today's couple? Do we ship it or sink it?
They are trapped in the harbor, but they do sail.
That's a good way to put it, Zephyra.
You know what? Definitely. They are definitely in dry dock, under repairs, or in the middle of process.
Yep.
The ship is floating and it's there, but it just haven't gone past that first wave.
It's definitely not out of the dock or out of the jetty.
It's still in the marina, man.
I agree, but I do very much ship this couple because I think they're just full of green flags. Overall.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
I think I ship the couple even if the story itself was not my favorite.
I understand.
Speak the truth.
Honestly, with how slow this burn is, I agree with you.
Yep.
Thank you for listening to this episode. If you enjoyed listening to us talk about your favorite ships, leave us a review on whatever platform you listen to. You are also welcome to send any couple recommendations or questions to our Roll for Ships to our email, battleshipspod@gmail.com. Thank you for listening, and we will see you fellow shippers next time. Next up, episode 13, Joe and Cherry Blossom from Skate the Infinity.